Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
The contest is over. And just as the MPP does it, it was free, fair, and peaceful, devoid of any violence, as we see with our compatriots. So after the election, I'm sure all that they were planning to do was launch on violence. But they were disappointed greatly. So now it's like they are picking bits and pieces. You know how it's like, you know that story about learning a particular area and meeting another one? Mm-hmm. Is it the one someone learned goats and went and it was grass? Oh. And said therefore one will ask what is grass. That is exactly what our compatriots are doing. I mean, with all that thing, oh, and Dr. Bawumia is this and Dr. Bawumia is that and all that. What I've come to learn in my young life, relatively young life, is nobody throws stones at a fruitless tree. So when they kept on doing that and trying to run His Excellency the Vice President down, okay, bring Bawumia, bring Bawumia, bring. Now Dr. Bawumia is here. What else can they say? Unless to wage on issues that don't enhance cohesion in this country. Honey.
Like what?
You asked me about the religious bits of this thing. Sometimes, if you remember, and the last time we were here, Beatrice tried to refer to the issue that happened in Wesley Hills. And if you remember, I was quite passionate about it. Why was I passionate about it? Because it was a good opportunity for us to display the religious tolerance that we've been exhibiting over the years. Oh, obviously, when it comes to ethnic comments and all that, people make them all the time. But those things are not things that are encouraged at our national level. They had their current general secretary and even the flag bearer make comments to the effect that there's no way a Muslim or someone of northern descent can lead the MPP. They're on record.
They didn't say can, they say will be allowed.
Okay, will be allowed. Will be allowed to lead, and they are on record. Their current general secretary said it gleefully. Their flag bearer, who should equally know better, made the same comments. Those things, those comments are not comments worth of state people. They are not comments worth of people who cherish the unity in this country. Of course, the fact that a Christian says something unpalatable to me doesn't mean all Christians are like that person. And that's the perception we need to have going forward. What has the Vice President done to warrant such unwanted comments and all that breeding in? Has he gone to any church or mosque holding arms and all that? All he has done is to do it. And we've been doing it all over the years. I had cause to ask somebody, I think it was on my wall or something. Over the years, during Eid, you have presidents and ministers come and worship with us. During Christmas, we have ministers and other people who are not Christians go and worship with us. But you see, one thing I always say is that as people who have decided to join a particular faith, as we sit here, I don't know whether I'm going to heaven or I'm going to hell. But whatever I do in my life, I try to do it the best way I understand it. As I sit here, do you know what's in my head? No. There's a reason why our Creator made it such a way. Because in Islam, there's something called niyat. Your intention. Wherever you go with a intention. If the intention is good, it goes as a positive for you, even before you go on to do it. But one thing I always ask is, those who think that Dr. Bawumia is doing the wrong things. Has our Creator appointed them as judges on earth?
But what's he doing that has been described at the end of the day? What's he doing that's been described
I've had people complain about he going to church and worshiping and all that, but whatever he goes in there
no,
to
I
do,
don't think that
yes.
the complaints about Dr. Bawumia is him going into churches. It's the comment he makes.
What's the
Dr.
comment?
Bawumia is on record mocking John Dramani Mahama for in a Muslim community program, and even called him Malam John and laughed.
Mocking him how?
Yes, I have the video. I can pull it up, and he laughed after it. And then we have another video where he is encouraging religious tolerance. You put this video 2 and 2 together and you wonder, what are you preaching?
But did you understand what he said?
What he said that what?
Did you understand the video, what he said? Has anybody translated it for you?
Can you pull
because
that
I
video
don't
for me?
speak Hausa.
Okay, so
I
you
don't speak
understand.
Hausa, so I don't understand.
So you don't understand.
But for me, I thought it was a brotherly interaction between the two of them.
Oh.
But just recently,
there was a brotherly interaction.
For me,
okay.
I don't understand Hausa, but the way he spoke about it and mentioned, and I don't know if the former president made any qualms out of it. But why will he also? You see, I try to avoid going back and trying to equalize. But why will the former president also say that? Why are his northern brothers and other people going around and talking and all that when they will never be allowed to lead the party? You see, sometimes you look at the reaction. And I always tell people, sometimes when someone hits you, nobody sees the first blow. It's always the second blow. Because as we sit here, if Beatrice steps on my feet, nobody sees the table. But if I decide to hit her, everybody will see it. You get it. But aside all those things, what do we all achieve to do? It's a better Ghana. How can we do it in unison? When it comes to religious things, I think people should stop assigning themselves as the creators. Everybody who has ascribed themselves to a particular religion, beyond Christianity and Islam, is accountable to one person. That's the one we believe to be our creator. So if you sit in your house and you think that you can judge the actions and inactions of another mortal, I find a problem with that.
But do you know that this judgment, God actually judged a person through the people he has put before you to serve?
The people,
he looks at your works and he judges you according to your works.
What did you say?
In terms of what?
What did you say? He said, who judges?
God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if I sit here,
by your work,
you may have your opinion over what I say.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that's God's judgment for me.
But it doesn't also...
You don't know my relationship with my Creator. When I get up in the morning...
It doesn't deprive the people...
When I get up in the morning...
Hold on.
And I pray...
It doesn't deprive the people...
Do you know the conversation I have with my
It doesn't deprive the people you have led as vice president to ask you questions.
No, there's no problem with that. If people ask His Excellency the Vice President to account for his stewardship as Vice President, the people of Ghana have the right to do that.
Okay.
But if you want to come and say that what he has done is wrong or right, as a Muslim, I don't think you have the right to do that. At the end of the day, it's between him and his maker.
Okay.
But if he makes an economic decision, he makes a financial decision that borders on the state's coffers, he has to answer.
Okay.
That one, there's no doubt about it.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.